Hey pumpkin people, Mr. October here, and I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I'm really sorry about that, but I'm gonna make up for it today by hitting not one, not two, not three, but 4 different stores to look for some Halloween decor. We're gonna see what stores are bringing the spooky and what stores are slacking off. We're gonna look for everything from cozy comfy fall all the way to spooky scary skeletons and all the creepy in-betweens. We're gonna have some fun today, so get in, loser. We're Halloween shopping, and we have to start at home. They have been teasing me all summer long on Instagram, and being able to walk in and see this beautiful Halloween display was so awesome. We're going to come back and check this stuff out later. We got to start off with some jack-o'-lanterns though, because what says Halloween more than a shelf full of jack-o'-lanterns of all different shapes and sizes. I was so excited to see this. I'm using this voiceover because the actual audio of me in the store, I'm like making weird noises and like breathing heavy. It's very embarrassing, but I mean, think about it. It's been 8 months since we've seen Halloween decor in stores. 8 months since I've felt that comfort, that warm hug from fall and Halloween. So as soon as I walked in the store, I was just filled with so much happiness, and I love looking at this stuff. And just so you guys know, we're not going to be looking super close at anything, just because we're going to be coming back to At Home in a few weeks to really do a deep dive on everything they have. We'll talk about a few things as we see them, including this right here. I've been seeing this all over Instagram. And this is so cute, this painting with these little ghosts. I know there's people out there that like to, do this by hand, but for those of us who aren't artsy, it's nice to know that they have something like that in stores for us to buy. And as you can see from the shelves, they were still putting stuff out. In fact, one of the managers came up to me. I thought he was going to get mad at me for filming, but he was super excited and was telling me how they're going to be having so much more Halloween decor coming in. So we're definitely going to have to come back and do a real deep dive on all the stuff they have. I am a sucker for a spooky mug, and this was my favorite one that I found at Home. I had to fight really hard not to buy this when I was in the store, and now looking back at this footage, I'm like, I should have bought it. I'm feeling that regret right now. Let's check out some of that Southern Gothic decor. If you remember the decor hunt we did last year for At Home, we really focused on that Southern Gothic decor. They still had a lot of that. I'm a big fan of this collection, being from the South, loving that haunted mansion kind of vibe. I really appreciate this collection, and I really like that it's sort of elevated, like it's kind of like fancy Halloween decor. It's not the kind of stuff that you just get anywhere like Walmart or Target. It's kind of next level. It's very unique, and I'm a big fan of it. And they definitely still had a lot of it. I think they're trying to get rid of this stuff so they can bring in the new 2025 stuff. We're going to talk about some of those collections in just a little bit. Checking out some skeletons now. Of course, the normal white ones, the black ones, and of course the pink ones, because you got to have pink. Later, we're going to check out a store that has a lot of pink. We'll get there soon. And if you're going to have skeletons, you got to have some tombstones. We're going to start off with these little tiny ones. This is not outdoor decor. These are like 2 inches tall, and they're only $4.99, $2.99. Pretty cool. But let's check out some of the big ones. This was definitely my favorite tombstone that they had it At Home. This thing lit up. It was motion sensor. I'm going to be quiet and let you guys listen to it real quick. Oh, I love that so much with that howling wind and the church bells. It just gets me feeling so good. And if you're having a good time looking at this stuff and you get excited about Halloween decor too, you should subscribe to the channel. We do a lot of fun stuff here, decor hunts, Temu unboxings. It's always October around here, and we got a lot of plans for 2025, and I'm really excited to share some of that stuff with you. I promise I will be putting more videos up soon. It has been so busy at the Mr. October household. We got the new little pumpkin and the patch, who's taking up a lot of my free time, but we always make time for Halloween, and At Home definitely makes time for that Southern Gothic decor. But let's check out at what else they have, because they do have other stuff. I mean, there was probably 4 or 5 aisles of Halloween decor, and like I said, that manager told me there was more coming. So forgive me for being a little bit hectic filming this, because I was so excited just walking around that I was just like bouncing from spot to spot. But we're on this journey together. Just imagine like we're like spooky best friends, and I just pulled up to your house with a pumpkin spice frappuccino, and I was like, let's ride. We're going to go look at some Halloween decor. What we're looking at now is the Spellbound collection. It's an at-home classic. I love the witchy stuff, but I can't wait to show you this Grim Gardens collection. I actually really like this. It's sort of earthy. It's a lot of plant life, mushrooms, and pumpkins, things like that. They didn't have a ton of it out yet. I think that's mostly what they're going to be bringing in, but they had a little bit, so we get a little bit of a sneak peek before we take a deep dive in a few weeks at some of this stuff. I really love those lawn gnomes. And they've got some Southern Gothic mixed in here too, but you know, that Grim Gardens collection, I'm really excited about it. They have the bullfrog, the winged bullfrog. It's pretty cool. And so we can see more of that Grim Garden collection, let's check out some skulls. This one's eyes lit up, and it was actually huge. I put my meaty man hands out there so you could see just how large it was, because it's kind of hard to tell from the video how big it is, but it's big. I wanted to pop it right on the, you know, the hood of my car and just drive around and just see the reactions of people as I pulled up next to him at a red light. Speaking of cars, do you guys decorate your cars for Halloween? Do you guys do the skeleton in the passenger seat thing? I see people do that, or you know, the little dashboard figurines or something on your steering wheel. Last year I was requested to do a video on how to decorate your car for Halloween, and I just didn't have time to get to it, but I would love to do that this year. So leave a comment below if you decorate your car, if you want to see car decorations. Maybe we could put something together. I think I'm going to decorate my car this year. It would just put, I spent a lot of time in the car, and it would put me in just a good frame of mind, at least during the summer. You know, it was 100 degrees in Charleston the day I recorded this. I almost walked outside and burst into flames. It's ridiculous. I'm not a fan of summer, but I am a fan of buzzards, and you never see that. You always see a raven on a post, but you got a buzzard. I thought that was really, really cool. And then check this out. We got some skull stuff over here, and it looks like this is a bench, and I really like the bench. It was very sturdy and well made. The eyes on those skulls do light up, by the way. The one they had set up in the store was not operational, but I looked it up online. They light up, and it also costs $170. But if you want a skull bench, they got you. And then if you want a skeleton wheelbarrow, they also got you. But the thing I'm most excited about is that pumpkin groundbreaker. I want that so bad. I don't care what I have to do. By the time October hits, that will definitely be in my yard. I really wish that they had a display, but I'm sure that they will when we come back. And here we got an armadillo skeleton. I've seen a lot of animal skeletons, but I've never seen an armadillo. I thought that was pretty neat. And now we're just looking at some pillows as we finish up our at-home trip. But we're going to come back. We're going to come do a deep dive. We'll see more of that Grim Gardens collection. Hopefully see that groundbreaker set up so that I can talk my wife into letting me buy that. But now we're going to head over to TJ Maxx, another one of my favorites. I always like their stuff, and I was so disappointed when I walked in and just saw summer floral stuff in the section that's usually covered with Halloween. But then the corner of my eye, I thought I saw a skull. I raced over there and I saw this Summerween collection, which I had no idea was even a thing. I guess I wasn't paying attention enough on Instagram. I had not seen any of this stuff yet. It's called Here Lies Summer, and it's a Summerween collection, which I thought was cool because, you know, usually stores, when they put out the Halloween stuff early, it's like, you know, summer stuff's on sale, here comes fall stuff. But they were really embracing the idea of Summerween, actually having, you know, Halloween stuff during the summer. I thought that was pretty cool. This is not stuff that I would buy. I mean, I could not see myself putting a ghost on a flamingo anywhere in my house, but I appreciate the Summerween collection, Here Lies Summer, and that's really all they had at TJ Maxx, so we'll have to come back here too. Now we're going to head to Michael's, and in case you were worried, yes, they do have balloons. There's no need to worry. And Michael's, you know, they used to be one of my favorites. It was like one of my first stops to look for Halloween decor, and they just, the past few years, they kind of dropped the ball. But what they are on top of is the pink Halloween thing. Remember I said earlier that a store was going to have pink Halloween? Well, it's Michael's. And as you can see, they are going all in. My daughter will love this stuff. I am 100% sure of that. And they had a whole lot of it. So if you like the pink Halloween thing, go to Michael's, check it out. They have a ton. We're going to take a closer look at some of this stuff. But while we're looking, I'd love to know what you guys think about this kind of Halloween decor. Please leave a comment below and let me know if you like this stuff or if you don't. I'm genuinely curious because growing up in the 90s, Halloween was always, you know, witches, pumpkins, ghosts, black cats, spiders, that kind of thing. And now it seems like a lot of stores are doing this very like niche-y kind of Halloween decor collections, and I'm genuinely curious what you guys think of it. So please leave a comment below and let me know. This is not the kind of thing I'm super into, but I do appreciate that it's sort of like broadening the appeal of Halloween, you know, to a wider audience. And they really lean into it here. I mean, it's not just pink, it's like shades of pink. They have light pink and hot pink, bedazzled skulls and lips with fangs. I mean, they went all in on this, and I respect it because it takes some guts to put out this kind of a collection. But they didn't just have pink stuff. They had some other stuff too. So let's go check out some of the other aisles. Here's the more classic, traditional Halloween stuff that we're more used to seeing. And honestly, looking at this stuff after looking at some of that pink Halloween decor, some of this stuff does seem sort of bland and generic. And maybe that's why they're kind of going in with a lot of that pink stuff. Michael's, like I said, they used to be one of my favorites. I used to love to go to Michael's, in early summer and see their Halloween stuff. You remember that vintage decor collection they came out with? It was like probably 2019 or 2020. It was just like this like retro vintage Halloween stuff. I really, really loved that stuff. In fact, a lot of the decorations that I still use all the time now are from that I think it was 2018 or 2019 vintage collection. But they do have a few other things that I kind of wanted to highlight. This ghost painting, it kind of reminded me of that one they had at home. It said it was hand painted. I don't know how much of it is hand painted because the ones behind it looked exactly the same as the front one. But let's look at some more of this stuff. And I love that little sign. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I mean, is it not the most wonderful time of the year? Summer's tough, but there's something so nice about coming inside from 100 degrees into an air-conditioned store and seeing cozy, cutesy Halloween stuff. I was having so much fun looking at this. I hope you guys are having fun looking at it too. By the way, please let me know where you're shopping for Halloween decor that maybe I didn't cover. I would love to know some new places I can go check some things out. I love to go on Instagram and see all these random stores that are popping out with Halloween stuff, all these random code oranges from stores. I love that. So please let me know. And speaking of Instagram, I'm on Instagram, and I would love for you guys to follow me there. I post every single day. So if you don't think I'm putting out videos frequently enough, go follow me on Instagram and hop in my DMs if you're feeling spooky enough. I would love to talk to you guys on there. And that's pretty much it at Michael's. And we head now to Cracker Barrel because I love the biscuits. And the Halloween decor is actually awesome. It's one of my favorites. But we struck out here today. But good news is, when you do decor hunts in early summer, you still got 4 months to come back and try again. And that's exactly what we're going to have to do here at Cracker Barrel. And that does it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and stay spooky.